You can double your income and still stay broke. That sounds dramatic, but it happens every day. A software engineer earning $180,000 a year often feels just as financially stretched as a teacher earning $55,000. Different salaries, same pressure, same quiet anxiety that there's never quite enough. Both believe the solution is earning more. Both are looking in the wrong direction. The real trap isn't on the income side of the equation, it's happening in your brain. Researchers call it lifestyle creep, but that term barely scratches the surface. What's really happening is psychological recalibration. The human mind does not evaluate money in absolute numbers. It evaluates money relative to a constantly shifting baseline. The moment your income increases, your definition of normal increases with it. That coffee that once felt like a small luxury becomes routine. The nicer apartment stops feeling upgraded and starts feeling necessary. The better car becomes the minimum acceptable standard. This process is called hedonic adaptation, and it works quietly in the background of your financial life. What once triggered satisfaction quickly becomes neutral. You don't feel richer for long. You just feel average again at a higher cost. The math makes this more uncomfortable. Imagine someone earning $60,000 who saves 10%, putting away $6,000 per year. They get promoted and start earning $90,000. In theory, their savings should skyrocket. In reality, most people increase their savings slightly, maybe to 12%. Yes, the dollar amount saved goes up, but spending rises almost as fast as income. The gap barely expands. And wealth is built in the gap. As income rises, the trap becomes more dangerous, not less. The upgrades get bigger and more socially visible. A slightly better car turns into a luxury vehicle. A modest home becomes a larger house in a better neighborhood. Each step feels justified. Each step resets the reference point. And every reset quietly compresses the gap between what you earn and what you keep. Consider two people living in the same city. Person A earns $75,000 and spends $70,000. Person B earns $120,000 and spends $118,000. On paper, person B looks more successful. In practice, person A builds wealth faster. Person A compounds. Person B consumes. Over 10 or 15 years, the steady accumulation of the smaller income overtakes the higher earner who never protected the gap. The difference is not intelligence or opportunity. It is restraint against recalibration. Most people assume wealth is about maximizing income. In reality, it is about stabilizing reference points. The brain constantly compares you to coworkers, neighbors, and curated lives on social media. Each comparison quietly upgrades what feels necessary. Once something feels necessary, you defend it. That defense is where financial flexibility disappears. Spending also feels like progress. A $2,000 watch produces a real dopamine response. So does investing $2,000. In the moment, your brain registers both as achievement, but one depreciates while the other compounds. One delivers a temporary emotional lift. The other builds long-term freedom. The brain rewards both equally in the short term, but your future rewards only one of them. Small recurring upgrades are where the long-term damage hides. Increasing a car payment from $200 to $450 feels manageable. It's just $250 more per month. Yet invested monthly over 30 years at an average return of 8%, that $250 grows into hundreds of thousands of dollars. The brain processes it as a monthly expense. The market processes it as decades of compounding. The same dollars create entirely different futures. The shift begins with a different question. Instead of asking how much you can earn, ask how much you can avoid spending while maintaining a genuine quality of life. This is not about deprivation. It is about deliberate stability. Define your baseline before your income rises. Decide what is truly enough. When the raise comes, redirect the increase immediately, before your identity has a chance to expand with it. Imagine a household earning $85,000 that realizes $70,000 comfortably supports their current lifestyle. A new opportunity raises their income to $105,000. The instinct is to upgrade something visible. Instead, they automatically invest the additional $20,000 per year. Their daily life feels unchanged, but their assets grow quietly in the background. A decade later, the difference is profound. Same lifestyle, radically stronger balance sheet. Maintaining a stable reference point is uncomfortable. You will watch peers upgrade their lives. You will have the cash available to spend and choose not to. That friction is the price of optionality. It is the cost of building a life where work becomes a choice rather than a necessity. Money is not a scorecard or a symbol of status. It is stored life energy. Every dollar represents time you traded. When you spend it, that time is gone. When you invest it, that time begins working independently of you. The modern economy is designed to close the gap between income and spending as quickly as possible. Breaking that cycle does not require extreme frugality. It requires awareness and intentional resistance to automatic upgrades. Income can rise indefinitely, but if your reference point rises with it, you will never feel wealthy. More importantly, you will never become free. Wealth is not built by how high your earnings climb. It is built by how wide you keep the gap while they do.